Hi everyone, we're back. Kano, Mrs. Kano, and today we're going to talk about our Emerald City ComicCon exclusive hunt, if you want to call it that. Emerald City ComicCon is in Seattle, I believe, and since Funko is based in Seattle, or I guess around that area, they do it pretty big out there. It's not the San Diego Comic-Con, and it's not New York City Comic-Con, the two big ones, but, you know, I guess it's based out there, and so they want to be a part of it. So they had 2 days of announcements of what was going to be out there, and honestly, not a ton of stuff jumped out at us. There were a couple things that we wanted to get. Honestly, we only really wanted to get 4. I think that was it. And one of them was it was a numbered exclusive, so it wasn't shared really. I guess it was technically shared, but
we'll discuss that later.
But there was 4 that we wanted to get, and they announced the date that they would be coming out. And I happened, I worked that day, but I had the morning off.
And I couldn't get it off.
And this was my first Comic-Con shared exclusive date that I got to go, and I took baby Kano with me, which is always an adventure. So having her, with me can sometimes be difficult. She's always fun, but, she's 3. And
welcome to my life.
So, I guess we went out.
So, you want to say the 4 that we were looking for?
Okay, the 4 we were looking for, we wanted to get the Captain America that was shared at Hot Topic. There was a peppermint patty for Peanuts, because we have all the Peanuts characters. We even found the Halloween ones. For some strange reason, our Walgreens had them, and because ours never gets anything, but they had them, and we got all 4 of them. And we wanted to get the Muff Tack, the Star Wars guy from FYE, and finally we wanted the one that was numbered. We wanted to get the superhero Kermit, and that popped up. It wasn't shared anywhere, but it popped up on the Funko Shop.
No, it was. It was the daily release one day.
Oh, it was the daily release.
Yeah, and it was gone in 5 minutes.
Unfortunately. I got a text from Mrs. Kano asking me if we should get it, and by the time I guess she went back to look, it was gone. So
yeah, it actually, while it was in my cart, it was gone. I couldn't even get it. It was that quick. And luckily, all those notifications come while I'm at lunch. So I typically get them, and I'm able to just get in there and get whatever I want. That's actually how I got the Dorbs for Kano, the exclusive ones at Christmas time. I was able to get in there right when they came out and got him She-Ra and Battle Cat and He-Man, right?
No, yeah.
Yep, those were all.
We got a couple other ones out there too. So.
Yeah, so typically that's not a problem, but I couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it. And I don't know if I'm going to see it anywhere else. It's not one that I have to have, but I do love the Sesame Street ones. We have a lot of them already, and I think he would have been a nice addition. The kids like Sesame Street. They like Kermit.
We got the animal, what was he, Flocked? Muppet.
Oh, yeah, at Christmas time, right?
Christmas time, and we didn't get the original set. I mean, that came out, I think, before we started collecting.
Yes.
But since they're doing,
I got all the Flocked ones.
All the Sesame Street ones.
Yes.
But the Muppet ones that came out before, the Kermits, the Miss Piggies, and all that, you can't really find those anywhere.
Right.
But they re-released the animal one at Christmas time for a Flocked version, and we were able to get that. And we were kind of hoping, since this was a kind of a re-release but superhero version of Kermit, we were kind of hoping to add that to the collection, but.
Yeah.
Didn't work out, and I don't know. I mean, who knows? We'll see. Maybe down the line.
We're big Jim Henson fans, so we try to get what we can whenever we see him. But
so, that morning, I got up early and got my daughter ready, and we went over, what's that, an hour and 15-minute trip to Barnes & Noble. It was our first stop. They opened at 9 o'clock. We got there a little bit after they opened. Walked in, looked around, nothing. Found nothing. And then I asked a couple employees, and they had no idea what was going on. And I finally got to talk to the store manager, and he looked it up, and nothing was in the system. And then he finally found it, and they said that none of them were there. That nothing was on the way or anything. Which is kind of strange because Barnes & Noble, along with Hot Topic, is probably the best. They seem to get these ComicCon things, they already know they're coming, they have things set up, they know what they're going. This was my first trip over, but she's gone a couple times, and they've always had their A game. They've had things ready, and people walk in, but they had no clue about this at all. And I still don't know if they've ever gotten any.
No, because I keep checking store inventory.
The Peppermint Patty has a spot on a website. I guess it went live and very quickly was gone. But again, that stinks. We haven't been able to track her down yet. I think we're gonna have to eventually, because like I said, I do have. That's one of the collections I'm trying to keep up on, and like they don't release a ton of them, and so it's kind of easy to stay with it. But this one has eluded us right now, and it's kind of stinks. Because I was there, and I was one of the first ones. I probably was the first one, because they didn't know what was going on. And they didn't have any. And that kind of stunk. But so then I went over to Hot Topic, and I stood in line for it to open. The store said it was opening at 9:30, and they didn't open till 10, probably a little after, which kind of irritated me. But I walked
super fun with a 3-year-old.
Yeah, she did not want to be. I kept having to walk up and down all the stores, just looking to see if anything was opening, just telling, oh, is it open yet? But finally they opened, and we walked in, and they had this is Hot Topic always has their stuff on point. I mean, we walked in, both shared exclusives that they had were right up front, ready to go. I grabbed my Captain America, and like I said, if you've watched some of our other videos, I've kind of shied away from collecting all these Marvel Pops, but this one's awesome. I mean, look at how cool he is.
We both agree.
Yeah, this was from the first Avenger. This is sort of right when he became Captain America and got into the fold. So we had to pick this one up. And their other exclusive was the Stranger Things 2-pack. We haven't watched the show yet. We're probably going to eventually. And we're probably going to be pissed that we never picked any of these up. But because we don't know anything about it yet, we've kind of stopped. We don't want to get into it yet, so we didn't get into that one. But this was the only one I found, because I went to FYE looking for the main one I wanted, because I'm the huge Star Wars fan and I collect all of the Pops. Nothing. Nothing. Not a thing. They were supposed to have that and the Scooby-Doo Creeper. Nothing. Of course. I mean, we knew this because they are one of the worst. They're one of the worst. In the New York City Comic-Con one, they were supposed to get Biston, and he wasn't there.
Nope. And they didn't even know how to look it up.
When it finally came online, he was gone. And a lot of deja vu here, because it went online pretty much when I went to work, and by the time she was able to jump on and check it, it was gone. Gone
and
already.
we tried to get Captain America as well online, just because we do have to drive so far that we didn't want to drive over there and have it be a bust.
Which it ended up being. I had it in my cart, and I said, no, I'm going over there. What's the point of getting this one? But I should have, because then I wouldn't have had to go over, because the other ones weren't there. And it really irritates me. I don't know what was going on with this one and why nobody knew what was going on. I hope that eventually everyone gets there. I mean, because people do want to go get these, and it's kind of, I mean, I can understand if you get there late and things are gone. But, I mean, if people, and a lot of places have these limits to buying things so everyone can get something, which is nice. But if you get there late and it's gone, I mean, that's on you. But to not even have it available the day it's supposed to be, it's kind of irritating for someone that has to drive to these spots. I mean, we're in an area where they're just not there. We have to drive to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, but I don't know what happened, but I woke up randomly
early,
and the next day I believe was it?
Yeah.
And I just happened to check online, and there it was. It was on. So, and he just got here. We got him. And
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened because it was gone. And then I've heard people online complaining that their stuff got canceled, which I guess didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
That was a mistake too. Everyone I think got what they ordered.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they just had a few more that they found and they decided to throw it back online because not more than 10 minutes after we got it, it was gone again, and it hasn't been back up. So I don't know what woke me up, but I'm glad it happened because I probably would never get this. I mean, unless we paid the big money, and unless they're really pulling our chain again, because I've seen a ton of Bistons at stores everywhere.
Of course, we've seen all of them.
Yeah, we couldn't find it originally, but now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the case with this one, and that's the same thing that's going to happen. But from what we're hearing from a lot of places, they were only getting about 4 to 5 total in the stores, and then whatever was online, and now it's gone. So luckily we found it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it for that. We haven't really, so we went 2 for 4, I guess, what you can say. And I'm glad. I mean, there was a couple other ones that were out and around that we probably could have picked up, but we don't need it. So we got 2 of the 4 we wanted. We'll have to try to. We're still refreshing every day for peppermint patty.
Multiple times a day.
The other one is probably going to have to be one that we have to eBay for or find somewhere if we want to get it. But we found one more thing. We were in Target, and this is again another Marvel that I just couldn't pass up. It was just way too cool, and I could not believe that this was actually at our Target, because our Target has really stunk. I don't know what's going on with the stuff in our area. Our Walmart now carries nothing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's not I know a lot of people look on BrickSeek to find if things are around and that they have it in stock. Ours doesn't even show up anymore. So it used to be there, but it's gone. I don't know if they've stopped getting Funko products, which, knowing our luck, yes, that's the case. So we'd have to travel to the one across the way, a little farther away. But and our Target has been lacking as well.
Yeah, they've been really
They've
bad.
had the same exact stuff forever. They just don't get some in. I was walking down the aisle, though, and I said, oh, look, they got the new Power Ranger movie pops. So maybe they had something else. But no, we couldn't find anything. So just randomly, I looked in a spot that shouldn't even have had them, and I found Weapon X. And actually, we ended up finding a bunch more.
We found 6 more.
Yeah. Well, the one I found, the box is a little messed up, so I'm kind of glad we did. But I would have gotten it either way, because if you had to, I assumed that they were out and already and gone. So, and someone might have had one picked up and put it aside, and then it was because it wasn't with the rest of the pops. It was just out, and I just happened to look up and it was there, so I ran and grabbed it.
Yeah. And we tend to do that too. If
Right.
we find one that we really want, and there's only one and the box is a little not great, we'll get it. And then if we find it like at another Target or whatever and it's in better shape, well,
We'll switch
either
them
my
out.
desk gets another pop or Kano Jr. gets one.
Right.
So
we like to get the one with a good box if possible, because we keep them on display in our rooms. And but this is another Marvel pop that I just thought was too cool to pass up, and I had to get it. And we were looking at it in other Targets, and I'm like, oh, let's look. I think we weren't even I think it was just random night we went down,
Yeah,
And
we hadn't even planned on going.
And I think if we wouldn't have gotten them, then I'm gonna guess we haven't been there since, but I'm gonna guess they're gone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't even know who's a collector in our area. It'd be nice to know that, but there must be some out there because a lot of stuff that we want is gone pretty quickly. So, but that's our Emerald City ComicCon hunt, which stunk.
I think the moral of the story is that I'm better.
I'm fine. Go. I don't want to go anymore.
Well, I go to the big ones, so that's the difference too. I usually know far enough ahead that I can plan my days off from work and make sure my calendar's clear or whatever. But I think
besides FYE, you usually get everything that you can and more. We usually come home with more stuff that we didn't want, or
we didn't have to have.
But that's fine. But I went over there looking specifically for 3 pops and came home with 1, and that's just terrible. I think, honestly, especially for an area that I don't know how many people actually collect this stuff. We should be able to get what we want, and the stores just stunk. And I'm gonna say it wasn't just our store because, like I said, I follow a lot of the people online, and they were all having the exact same problem. Yeah. So I think the stores need to fix their game up, and I don't know if it's the store or Funko themselves or whatever, but I mean, something needs to be worked out so that we're not going out on the day it's supposed to happen and nothing's there. Also, the letting us know where these pops are, I don't think it can happen the day of. We were already out and gone and back by the time that they announced what the shared exclusives were. I think honestly they need to do that at least the day before, hopefully a little bit of time before, so people can plan what they're doing. Because we get these leaks and people find out where most of them are going anyway, but it'd be nice to know exactly. If I went over there and none of those were true, I would have been really upset. More upset than I was because I only found 1 anyway. But oh well, it was a fun trip with my daughter, and that's all I can ask for, I guess. So, but here are 2 again if you want to see them. Hopefully we'll have 2 more eventually, and we'll show those to you if we ever find them. But you're going next time. Until next time.
See you guys.
Bye.